I have the advantage of being the much longer serving member of the Eurogroup, having been in it 6.5 years, the oldest standing there with my Maltese colleagues. Second, because of that, I have had a lot of experience, lived through the Euro crisis, the setting up of the banking union, and participated obviously in the most recent compromises in April, where Europe delivered, I think, a very credible answer to the COVID crisis. And on top of that, I've been in the past a career diplomat, so I've learned to chair EU meetings since a long time. I've done that through 4 decades, and last but not least, my country is known as a bridge builder, and we can bring together North and South and East and West. I think that's, I would say, in a nutshell, what I bring to the table.
Yeah, and look, I've been looking at some of the issues you're going to be faced with, and it's a hell of a task as well. Do you really believe you can bridge the gap between the North and the South over so many of these issues? And that seems to me that it's going to be at the crux of the Eurogroup and indeed the Eurozone going forward.
Well, I am optimistic that we can achieve that, not only because I'm a born optimist, but if we look back what happened on April 9th, so just a couple of months ago, very few were thinking that Europe could come up with an answer. We agreed on a package of 540 billion euro that is being implemented already, and took the decision of principle to create the recovery fund, which is under negotiation now. Now, if you look at these huge numbers, they make up much more than an annual budget of the EU. So that shows you that when there is a crisis looming or a crisis happening, Europe can stand up to the challenge. But obviously, it's not an easy task. And if you want to find a compromise, you have to bring all the ideas to the table to broker a consensus. And I think a Luxembourger is normally very good at that.
Minister, I wonder whether you've been wrong-footed on tax affairs, and I bring up specifically a bill last year that you spearheaded, which would have brought more transparency to the tax affairs of multinationals. And what we've seen during this crisis is that effectively governments have been forced to kick in trillions of dollars to support those same corporates, support the wages. What we need now more than anything, isn't it, for those corporations to pay the tax that they owe, rather than ducking and weaving and minimising their tax using every loophole possible?
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I think over the last years there's been an enormous change in the landscape of taxation worldwide. The OECD has agreed on lots of changes that the European Union has spearheaded and implemented, including Luxembourg, obviously, Anti-Tax Avoidance Directive 1 and 2. We have done that together with the other countries. So Europe is in fact pushing a lot on that, and will continue to do so. I think that the general public does not accept anymore that not everyone, not every company pays its fair share of taxes, and we're on that route, and will continue to embrace that. Now, let's also make clear that the Eurogroup is normally not focusing that much on taxation, because that's done in the ECOFIN, which is with a rotating presidency. But it's clear that the Eurogroup is the driving engine of the European Union.